I'm Felicity Barr with the headlines on Al Jazeera.
Free Aung San Suu Kyi! Right now! Free Aung San Suu Kyi! Right now!
There's international condemnation of Myanmar's military government after the guilty verdict handed down to the pro-democracy opposition leader, Aung San Suu Kyi. She was found guilty of violating Myanmar's internal security laws and sentenced to 18 months house arrest. It means she won't be able to stand in the upcoming elections. Suu Kyi has already spent 14 of the past 20 years under house arrest. Al Jazeera's Harry Smith reports from London.
Protests like this represent just one example of the worldwide outrage the sentence has provoked, with leaders here in Europe and elsewhere using words like monstrous and shameful and promising strict sanctions against the regime.
Relatives have gathered in the Chechen capital Grozny for the funeral of a murdered charity worker and her husband. The bullet-ridden bodies of Zarema Zaduleva and Alex Jabrailov were discovered in the boot of a car. They are the latest in a string of high-profile people with connections to Chechnya who've been murdered. Human rights activists like Tatiana Loksina in Moscow say it's now impossible for them to do their jobs.
Unless this new double murder and the killing of Estemirova are properly and fully investigated, unless the perpetrators are brought to justice, one really cannot do independent reporting and human rights work in the region.
In Taiwan, it'll be days until they know the death toll from Typhoon Morakot. Landslides and flooding have meant hundreds of people are still unaccounted for and millions have been forced from their flooded homes in southern China. More than 6,000 homes have collapsed there. Angry Albanian villagers have prevented war crimes investigators from approaching a house where it's alleged that hundreds of Serbs were murdered and their organs taken. The claims date back to 1998 and the Kosovan War of Independence. Al Jazeera interviewed the owner of the house in July. He denies any involvement. Don't forget, of course, you can watch Al Jazeera online. Simply head to our website, aljazeera.net/English, and then click on the Watch Now icon. But those were the latest headlines here on Al Jazeera. I'm Felicity Barr. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.